Hey guitar friends, I'm making a quick video on installing these Graphtec tuning machines. Graphtec came up with this design, and you'll see on this placard here that each of the tuning machines have a different gear ratio that allows you a more precise tuning. So the lower strings have a much higher ratio, meaning it's going to take a lot more turns of that tuning key to come up to pitch. And the higher strings have a lower gear ratio because they don't require as many turns and will let you be more precise and get to pitch quicker. Of course, that's why they geared it lower. So what this allows is, I'll give you an example. With these old Schaller tuners you see here on this Reverend guitar, the main reason I'm replacing them is, for one, they were kind of wearing out with the locking mechanism because they've been on there many years and work great. But also, it's because I was always jumping past pitch. Say you're trying to tune up in between songs, and especially on those E, A, and D strings, I was always in a hurry. You're trying to get, check your tuning quick. And if you have to make that slight adjustment on your tuning key, I would jump right past the pitch. So my hope and goal is that with these tuners, it would be no problem to just hurry up, dial into, give it a quick twist of the tuning key and be right on pitch. So I'm going to go ahead here. I'm going to uninstall the old Schaller tuners and we'll get the new Graphtecs on. So I'll speed up through the video. All right, so I got the tuning machines mounted. Sorry I didn't catch that on video, but it was a direct drop-in replacement, no modifications, which was fantastic. And the first step here is just to take the supplied aluminum plate, and for this particular headstock Fender style, it's a 45 degree, and take the single screw and just tighten them up. Remember not to over tighten. And for your particular headstock, I'm sure it'll be a direct drop-in too, because they do supply you with the other plates. So then drop each tuning machine in. There's two little pins it kind of rests on that plate. And the cool part is here is, if you notice, there's numbers because it's a staggered set. You know which tuning hole to drop each into, so you don't have to visually check, which I thought was pretty cool, the height of the posts. So we'll flip it over. And then the next step was to drop the washer over the tuning post and then thread in the bushing. And it's a 10 millimeter socket you'll need. And then just, again, don't over tighten that nut on there, because you can always come back and visually check it when you're doing string changes or something like that, and then tighten it up if you need to. And that'll be your chance too when you're tightening to also line these up. And if you notice from the previous video, I removed this string tree that was sitting here, and the other set was staggered too, the Schallers, but I thought I really didn't need that there anymore, and I thought, I'll give this a shot. The angle still looks a little shallow to me, but I think it'll be fine, and it might even maybe sound a little better that string tree isn't there, or not snag up there on the tree at all. And I think it'll be fine to leave that out, but I can always put it back in. So let's give it a shot. We'll tune up here and see how it goes. And I could tell this is really smooth tuning this, and I have to make a lot of turns, so I'm going to get my string winder, which is great. This should be real accurate now that I can just kind of land right on where I need to. Yeah, that's nice. By now I would have jumped past that note. Yeah, even tuning up like for a gig, it was always tough. I'd jump right past. That's gonna lock right in there, which is fantastic. And I did reuse old strings because I had just put a new set on right before I put these tuners in. So that's why you didn't see any strings hanging off or need to be cut. And I could tell this doesn't take as many winds, which is great for the single string. I think I have that one kind of tightened up already a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. Real smooth. Real easy to drop it right where I need to. And this is the one that I really needed was... Yeah, look at that. I'm turning. And by now I would have jumped probably a whole step. So that's real nice. Wow. That's fantastic just for that incremental change.